So today let us learn the Mendel's laws of inheritance, the first law, that is the law of dominance. So what this law of dominance states is when two contrasting alleles are present in a heterozygous condition, only the dominant allele expresses while the recessive allele remains masked. So what does this mean? Here, let us first understand the different terms here. Alleles, we know the alternative forms of a gene. Okay. Suppose if the gene is for height, we have two alternative forms, capital T and small t. This all I have explained in the definitions part if you remember. Okay. So every gene will have two alleles which will be contrasting to each other usually like this. Okay. So here, when two contrasting alleles are present in a heterozygous condition, we have seen what is homozygous condition and what is heterozygous condition. Homozygous is when both the alleles are of same type. When both the alleles are of different type, this is called heterozygous condition and this is called the homozygous condition, if you remember. Okay. So when two contrasting alleles are present in a heterozygous condition, only the dominant allele will express while the recessive allele will remain masked. Okay. So this is what the law states. So let us see and understand it through an example. Here, okay, I have taken an example. In the pea plant, already I have explained that certain characters are dominant which have been worked out by Mendel. So if you talk about the height in the pea plant, tallness is a character which is dominant over the dwarfness. So in the cross, usually the same alphabet is used for representing both the alleles. Okay, whether it is dominant or recessive, same letter we will be using. So here for height, okay, as I said, tallness is the dominant feature, whereas short stature is also called the dwarfness. So when a cross is made between two plants, one is a male plant which is homozygous tall, when it is crossed with a female plant which is homozygous dwarf, you get the offspring, okay, which will have one of the allele from the father, one of the allele from the mother, one of the allele from the male plant, one of the allele from the female plant will come together in the offspring. So this is what is called as the offspring. Okay, so both the alleles will come like that and this will be called as F1. F1 stands for the first filial generation, that is after the cross, the first generation of individuals, whatever you get, those are referred to as F1. So here, okay, when the cross is made between homozygous tall and homozygous dwarf, you get an F1 which will have alleles, one from the male and one from the female like this. And this is a heterozygous condition. This is a heterozygous condition where two alleles are not same, they are different. Now, according to law of dominance, what will be the appearance of this particular plant? This is called the genotype. That is, the genetic constitution is capital T and small t. But okay, to see how it will appear tall, because tallness is the dominant feature over the dwarfness. So this is what the law states. The law is stating that when contrasting alleles are present together, the dominant allele will express itself while the recessive allele will be masked. So one more example, okay, which is in humans. Actually, we have two different types of hairlines in the front of your forehead. So one is called widow's peak, wherein a V-like projection will come on the forehead like this. One more is the straight hairline. These are the two different types of hairlines what we can inherit. So these are controlled by the alleles capital W, small w. Suppose if one of the parent is homozygous, it is homozygous for the widow's peak character, and the other parent is homozygous for the straight line character. Then when mating occurs between both these parents, the child that is born will have the genotype capital W, one from the father, one from the mother. Okay, so overall the genotype will be capital W and small w, and this individual or this generation of individuals will be called the F1 individuals. So here, what will be the characteristic feature of the hairline in this F1 individuals will be widow's peak, that is having a Okay, V-shaped structure on the forehead is the characteristic feature. Why it is so? Because capital W is dominant over small w. The small w, okay, in the homozygous condition, it is responsible for straight hairline only in the homozygous condition, and that is a recessive character, whereas the dominant character is capital W. So when the child receives a capital W from the father, small w from the mother, overall his phenotype, his appearance, okay, the hairline appearance will be that of the widow's peak, which is the dominant character here. So because widow's peak is dominant over the straight hairline, here the child in the F1 generation will receive the widow's peak hairline. So this is what the law means. Okay, so contrasting alleles, though they are present in the F1 generation or whenever they are present together, the dominant allele will express itself while the recessive allele will be masked. So hope you understood the first law, and let us proceed and understand the second law of inheritance.